Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Jolera interview series. I'm your host, Paulo Delibletto, the Chief Channel Business for Jolera. This series features prominent executives and influencers from the IT industry talking about technology innovation, the as-a-service market, leadership, and the overall marketplace. Today's guest is one of the more leading channel figures around the globe, Jose Luis Fernandez, who's the Vice President, Global Channels International Markets for Lenovo. Jose Luis has been with Lenovo since 2018, and he's responsible for channels such as telcos, system integrators, managed service providers, and we're definitely going to ask him about those during this interview. One of the more interesting things about Jose Luis is that he speaks 5 languages and that he's held leadership positions at some of the more high-profile vendors in the marketplace, such as Cisco and Hewlett-Packard Enterprise. On the Lenovo front, they've taken 2022 by storm with bold moves such as the TruScale initiative, which leads them into the everything as a service field, along with the Lenovo 360 program, and we're definitely going to ask him about both of those. So please welcome Jose Luis Fernandez to the program.
Thank you, Paolo. I'm happy to be here with you. Thank you for having me.
No worries, our pleasure. So Jose Luis, Lenovo is a $60 billion hardware provider. The company serves more than 180 regions across the globe. You're a big part of that. And as we talk about the as-a-service market, we seem to think of it as a North American thing. But what are you seeing worldwide?
Well, what I see is that we have the opportunity to have synergies between business groups. And that's, in a nutshell, what Lenovo 360 is all about. It's about giving more value, offering a broader portfolio to those who would like to expand, and ease of doing business for those who want to specialize. Lenovo is known to be a channel-first vendor. That's the way we want to do business. We want to do business through the channel. So we say channel first always, and we want to hold ourselves accountable to that principle. We're also working on the ESG objectives, including sustainability. And we understand this is not something we can do on our own. We need to work together with our partners because for the very reasons we have distributors, we have managed service providers, we have VARs, because there's something each group does best. With ESG, it's no different. Distributors have reach, managed service providers have specialty, and they know how to create solutions that are very much tailored to customer business needs. So we want to do it in the same way. Everybody specializes in a portion of the metric, and when we combine efforts, we can deliver. We have our Global Channel Sustainability Director leading the Lenovo 360 Circle, Virginie Le Barbeau. So please feel free to contact her if you have any sustainability initiatives that you think would be interesting partnering with Lenovo.
Yeah, we'll definitely put her contact in the description below with this video. But I mentioned TruScale at the beginning, and I want to ask you, what's at the heart of TruScale? What's going to make this strategy different in the marketplace and improving the lives, like you talked about earlier, in all the regions that Lenovo works in?
Well, TruScale is not only about a consumption model. Consumption models are necessary, they're needed. But TruScale is more than that. It's all about building the solutions the customers need and then making them a lot easier to consume. So it has to have the 2 elements. And when you do those 2 things, then you are a lot closer to fulfilling the customer needs without requiring an upfront capital investment
Right.
And in that way, you align the revenue stream of your customers with the cost structure of the service you have built. So it makes a lot of sense, not only because of the as a service aspect of it, but because behind that, there's a wealth of solutions that are tailored to truly solve customer needs.
So you mentioned earlier the Lenovo 360 program, and I know at the beginning of the year it definitely got a lot of buzz in the marketplace. But let me ask you, what are some of the themes, the background, sort of the market direction behind Lenovo 360 program, and what does it plan to address in the marketplace?
Well, Lenovo 360 was introduced as a collection of initiatives around people, program, and tools. People has to do with the organizational structure that's required to support new business models. The programs have obviously evolved, and traditionally, technology vendors have treated partners for who they are. Right now, we are seeing that you can be an MSP one day, but you can very well be a VAR the following day, or the opposite. So we are coming to the conclusion that it is way more important to treat our partners for what they do, not for who they are. So if you transact with Lenovo as a VAR, you have the VAR program. If you transact as an MSP, you have the MSP program, and both of them are specialized on the kind of interaction you're having with Lenovo. That's the general direction we are taking. We're also making available a broader portfolio to the partners who would like to expand. We are not demanding any of our partners to expand in the coverage of portfolio. You're just giving the opportunity. If
Right.
you just want to continue specialized in what you've been doing so far, it's perfectly fine. We're happy to continue working with you. No big changes in the relationship with Lenovo. It's just a broader set of opportunities that opens up for those who would like to evolve or would like to focus with fewer vendors through a deeper relationship.
So a lot more flexibility into this program. That's great. Let me switch gears there a little bit here and ask you about digital transformation. Definitely coming out of the pandemic, very hot topic during the pandemic for sure. How is Lenovo handling the surging digital transformation trend these days?
So the way we understand the market evolution is the following. Initially, there was high demand for devices because you had people working from home, students attending school from home. That created market dynamics that created tons of opportunities for vendors as Lenovo that have a broad portfolio of offerings here. Now that all of those devices are in the hands of students, workers, and general people, those devices access databases, applications, services. So that's the opportunity we're seeing right now. The search of devices is now demanding for more and improved services, databases, applications overall. And there's big opportunity right there. There's also huge need for simplification and specialization. Everybody talks about ease of doing business as a high priority. And one aspect we have heard from MSPs in particular is MSPs don't want to have a large number of vendors. They would much rather specialize with a few vendors, develop a trust relationship with those vendors, ensure that they're going to be taken care of in every possible aspect of technology, uh, consumer provider relationship, and focus all efforts in improving and expanding the services they're offering. MSPs have told us I would even like to kind of automate the way we consume technology. And TruScale, going back to TruScale for a second, it's an incredible umbrella for that, because once you are in a relationship under a TruScale contract, you have the opportunity to use that as an umbrella and then start bringing all the technology elements that you need or expand the ones that you have under the same umbrella, simplifying the entire procurement model and making it more cloud-like, with the difference that everything is on-premise and all the difference we all know between private and public cloud.
Yeah, we're certainly hearing that as well from MSPs. But another topic near to MSPs, and it's something that Lenovo addressed heavily, I thought, in 2022, is security. And I know that Lenovo has come up with a new tool for protecting privacy. But how does a hardware vendor, traditional hardware vendor, address security concerns going forward?
That's a really important question, Paolo. At Lenovo, we think that we have the moral mandate to provide security alongside with our products. So all of the Lenovo products should be accompanied by a security framework that allows all of our customers to integrate those elements into a secure environment and to be monitored, to be controlled, to be upgraded, etc. So that's why we created Think Shield. It is intended to be that protection layer that allows every Lenovo hardware to be placed under a security layer in any solution environment. We do not intend to be a security player per se, but our products need to be protected with the appropriate security layers.
Okay, so you definitely handle a lot of diverse channels globally. We've mentioned them earlier, but I want to get your take on MSPs moving forward. It seems that the market is sort of, in a sense, forcing them to move quicker and adapt. How do you view this important channel community?
Well, this is an amazing community. One thing we've realized is that we cannot treat MSPs as a VAR, and we cannot treat them as an end customer either. It's a combination of both. So MSPs, number one, they require a simplified way of doing business with vendors. They require a trust-based relationship. We need to demonstrate to them that we are trustworthy, that they can do business with us on a regular basis, and that they can scale very easily with us. They can start very small and they can grow gradually, and they have also the flexibility to consume our technology either as a capital investment or as a service as needed and depending on the particular business model they're working on. MSPs are also way more international in nature than VARs. We've seen companies that are relatively small, 50 employees, but they do business in 3 different continents. It's not a unique situation. When you sell a service, it's a lot easier to become global than when you sell just pure hardware.
Yeah, for sure.
MSPs do alliances, they go to conferences, they do partnerships, and it's just easier for them to expand. So if we treat them very well in a given continent, we need to make sure that that red carpet treatment travels to other continents as they expand. So when they go to a new geography, they don't have to start from scratch by introducing themselves, explaining who they are, et cetera, because they already have a history with Lenovo in another continent. So we need to be totally sensitive to that, facilitating that global navigation and being their ambassadors at Lenovo so that they can do business in a simplified way with us on the globe, no matter where they are.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be key for MSP growth for sure. Jose Luis, something specific for you. You started your career in Latin America, and you were able to speak 5 languages. So I want to ask you a little bit about that and that evolution. So what are those 5 languages, and how did that come about?
Well, I was born in Colombia, so I speak Spanish, my native language. Then I had an English teacher who didn't like me very much. So I started studying English. And then I went to an exchange student program to northern Manitoba in Canada.
In Canada, wow.
Cranberry Portage. And I'm still in contact with the family that hosted me. Nicest people you can think of. And well, then for different reasons, I had to move to Brazil, so I picked Portuguese. Then I just decided that I just like languages, so I use whatever opportunity I have when I travel to venture into French, Italian, and that's about it. So I feel it helps me understand the culture. I also like cooking, so I also use conversations about food in restaurants to better understand the culture. And obviously, food, language are 2 very important pillars in any given culture. So I just like understanding how other people live, what they like, what they value. I find it fascinating.
Well, an amazing journey for sure there, Jose Luis. And we have a Canadian connection. That's amazing. So, Jose Luis, thank you very much for your time. Where can people find you and follow you on social media or online?
I'm relatively active in LinkedIn, not particularly active in any of the other platforms, but LinkedIn, I'm very easy to find and happy to connect with everyone. I'm passionate about MSPs. Would be more than thrilled to hear about you, to connect with you, and to see if there's any way we can exchange ideas and support each other.
Well, we'll make sure to put a link in the description there for this video. And well, there you have it from Jose Luis Fernandez, the Vice President, Global Channels International Markets for Lenovo. Thank you very much for your time and your great insights. Today was tremendous. That's it for me, Paulo Delany Bletto, signing off for the Jolera interview series. Until next time, so long.